Dragons, Pirates, and Golfers. Oh my. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Saturday, June 26th. A small delay. And that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. This week saw the launch of quite a few games, so let's jump right in. Mario Golf Super Rush is finally launched, and I think we've been slow. Nintendo's been kind of had a short campaign for this. They've been, releasing trailers for the last 2 months or so, just slowly getting people more and more amped. And it's finally here, so I'm excited to see what's happening with Mario. I struggle a little bit with the Mario sports franchises. I was actually scratching my head this week trying to figure out what the best Mario sports franchise was, so let me know down in the comments. I've always been a fan of Mario and Sonic Goes to the Olympics, but Super Mario Rush is here. It's got all the characters. I actually liked the golf franchise when I was playing it on the Mario Golf franchise when I was playing it back on the Switch, before we had not on the Switch, on the N64, back before we had Xbox. There was golf was really big at the late 90s, right, where you had the early 2000s with what was the angry golf game? I forget what that one was, but yeah, Mario is going to be playing golf with all of his friends. I'm excited to kind of pick this one up and potentially play it now that the pandemic is slowly coming to an end. So looking forward to playing that with my friends. Talking about Pirates, Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life launched this week as well. After first seeing it last week at E3, we get to play in Sea of Thieves. I'm wondering if this will be kind of a catalyst for me and my friends to jump into it. I haven't played any Sea of Thieves. I've watched a little bit of Sea of Thieves gameplay. I'll even have a link down to some of the videos of the first hour or so of the Pirate's Life campaign, and I've heard really good things, that it's not just like window dressing, that there's actually hearty story there, and I got that from the E3 trailer. So I'm excited to kind of see what is going to happen with Sea of Thieves, and hopefully they keep doing more and more of these kind of hearty campaigns to keep people involved. But I think it has a pretty good player base, so I'm excited to jump in and potentially see what that's all about. We also talked about Dungeons & Dragons, an IP near and dear to my heart. Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance launched this week. It's a cooperative kind of dungeon crawler that I've kind of been looking forward to. But so far, the reviews are not very positive. It's currently sitting at a 56 Metacritic, and they talk about, besides bugs, that the game's kind of systems don't really jive or clash. This is kind of giving me pause. I will still play the game, and if I had 2 or 3 other friends who are really interested, I'd pick it up now. But at this rate, I think I'll wait until the game is maybe a little bit more polished, and hopefully they get kind of some of the systems up and running and working. So looking forward to playing that. So let me know your thoughts down below. The previously known as Alien Fireteam, another co-op shooter game that was coming out, has now changed its name. It's now Aliens Fireteam Elite. So it's gotten Elite. And it got a confirmed release date this week. So we were all wondering, I think the last thing we knew was summer 2021. So this is coming in August 24th. You'll be shooting up aliens with your friends. I think it's up to 4-player co-op. So looking forward to potentially playing that later this year. Microsoft had a big press conference this week talking about Windows 11, their new operating system. So they said that the new system, that Game Pass will really be front and center, and thank God for that. The Microsoft interface for Windows has actually been pretty terrible, like the Game Store and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that Game Pass will be kind of baked into the operating system, and that'll be the way you kind of interact with the store, I think is a really good idea, because the old system was pretty jank. So looking forward to that. They said that this is Windows 11 is coming this holiday season, and that it'll be free for Windows 10 users. So I'm looking forward to upgrading my PCs with Windows 11 and getting more kind of Game Pass, having Game Pass be more of a vital role into the Windows ecosystem, because yeah, again, I think the current user interface is pretty bad for a company that is probably has the best gaming interface, like a gaming UI or a game store UI. The fact that Windows is so kind of jank and outdated and unwieldy is pretty exhaustive. PlayStation gave us something of a nothing burger this week, but I still wanted to talk about it. PlayStation, Jim Ryan got on an interview and talked about how they're really interested in crossplay now, which people have been talking about for multiple years. The fact that they're just now into it. I think the official comment was something like more games to come, which they have 4 or 5 already that have crossplay, like Minecraft and Fortnite and Call of Duty. So great, they only work with companies that sell like 100 million freaking units. Like, yeah, I thought this was really much like a nothing burger, but hopefully they're more interested in working to make more and more publishers crossplay. But I thought the comments were kind of like eye rolly, in that yeah, I didn't think too much of it. Hopefully, again, we see more publishers getting crossplay, but I thought the comments were like, it's going to continue to grow means nothing. Like that's just like a, hey, if we add a title a year, it will grow. So like I really don't see this as kind of like a promise, or I'll kind of believe it when I see it, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But still want to talk about PlayStation crossplay and hopefully breaking down the kind of gaming, the gaming barriers between consumers, because I think that's ultimately best for gamers. So great. EA has made a big purchase. They have acquired UK mobile developer Playdemic and their Golf Clash game, previously owned by WB Games and now AT&T. The deal was for $1.4 billion. Kind of harkens back to the whole WB or Warner Media Discovery deal. All of the AT&T representatives were really talking about how there's going to be some change and there's going to be some parts that are kind of sliced off. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that this is the only thing that is falling out of WB Discovery's wheelhouse, but potentially there could be more. So interested to see kind of how that plays out. But big purchase for EA. They're, I think, constantly trying to grow their portfolio. And definitely their mobile games. So looking forward to seeing kind of what happens with this as it relates to kind of EA building out their sports franchises. Twitter has declared the winners of E3. Twitter has been doing this for several years now, where they'll come out and just say, like, using their own internal data, they'll say which games kind of had the most conversation. And just slightly beating out Elden Ring was Breath of the Wild 2. Like I said last week, even in the research I was doing, yeah, it definitely seemed like Breath of the Wild 2, and rightly so, was the most talked about game. So, yeah, E3 is the Twitter has declared the E3. There's definitely other ways to measure winners and losers with views, and the article I read did have like Nintendo concurrent views in there as well. But yeah, I think a sequel to arguably one of the greatest games of all time is definitely going to get a lot of following, even with the mega overhype, in my opinion, overhype for Elden Ring, a Dark Souls, a Souls-like. So looking forward to kind of seeing more data around E3 as people start declaring more and more winners. The Steam Summer Sale is happening this week, so if you are looking for something to get you through the summer slump in video games, typically after E3 to like August is when games kind of slow down. It usually doesn't pick back up again until like Madden, whenever that happens. So, we're kind of in the slump, and now is the time to buy really cheap, 90% off games. I haven't dug too into which titles I want to pick up for the summer, but let me know what you pick up down below in the comments. Speaking of summer giveaways, GOG, everyone's third favorite online PC gaming store, is doing a giveaway. They're giving away the Shadowrun trilogy, which I'm a really big fan of. I think that I really enjoy these games. I've enjoyed them for quite some time. So I like Harebrained Studios, so Yeah, I think it's a really good series, and you can sign up for their email list for free and get the whole trilogy. So check that out. I'll have links down below in the description. Last but not least, another EA bit of news. They have announced, or I don't know if it's a rumor. I don't know if it's a rumor or it's an official announce, but EA is looking to reboot the Dead Space series. They're going to give it off to Motive, which has been the Motive studio, which has been working on Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Squadrons. So they're probably looking for something now that there's not a lot of live content for Star Wars Squadrons. They're going to look to keep that studio moving, and so potentially they're giving them the Dead Space IP or a spiritual successor. In other words, interesting. We haven't seen a Dead Space game since 2013, so it'll be kind of interesting what we do with like a modern shooter, a modern third-person shooter in kind of this space, whereas that was kind of new, and the horror aspect was kind of new back over a decade ago. So looking forward to see what happens with a potential Dead Space reboot. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch so you can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super week. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!